Welcome to Discover a New Future, a show geared at empowering women to be the best versions of themselves. I'm your host, Faith Saunders. Well, I am so happy to have another opportunity to speak with Dr. Omar Bey. On this show, we'd like to take this a step further because there's some things that are in our control, and one of them is our diet. So, Dr. Bey is going to be sharing with us today about nutrition. How can we better take care of ourselves so that we can live a better quality of life until our last breath is taken, right? So I'm so happy to have you here today, Dr. Bey.
Thank you for inviting me again. Thank you.
This is wonderful. You know, I do try to read and put some things in place before our show, each show. And one of the things that I came across was an article by the National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute. And it says that that as Americans, we consume 1,595 more calories than we did 20 years ago.
Right.
We're consuming so much more, and it's so difficult to do with the delicious food that you see, but not because it's what tastes the best is that's the best for your health, right? And we'll talk about that. So what Dr. Bey will be talking about is how can we monitor our weight by looking at our diet and so forth. So Dr. Bey, I know you have a book coming out. What's the name of it?
Oh, the book is called Eat One Half, and the full name is Eat One Half, Make Weight Loss Easy.
Okay,
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what the content of the book, what the book is about.
Alrighty. Basically, the book is it's my version of weight loss. There has to be a way that I can get patients to lose weight and, number one, lose the weight. Number two, maintain the weight.
That's the important.
That's
piece.
That's the key.
Challenging piece.
Well, I looked at it and I said, okay, let's see how we can do this. Number one, you have to commit. You can have the best diet, best weight loss program in the world. If the patient doesn't commit, it's not going to work. So if you get patients that will commit, then the second thing is that I want to develop something that they don't feel punished. Most weight loss programs, at the end of it, you're like, my God, I lost 20 pounds, but I'm so happy I lost those pounds. Now I can eat.
Right, that's your celebration.
And once you start celebrating, you keep celebrating.
Exactly.
So you lost 20 pounds and you gain back 30 pounds. That's a problem. How do we integrate weight loss and eating healthy, eating the right thing, into your lifestyle? And that's what the book is all about. It's how I got my patients to lose weight. And it's such a simple concept. That's why I say make weight loss easy. I said, listen guys, all you have to do is look at your plate. Now, being an African American, in my household, when you fix your plate, it's a big deal. So I just think about my grandmother and my mom and the kitchen and all of that, and it's tough to lose weight. It really is. So, but I want to develop a concept that was easy. So I said, listen, forget counting calories. Not that you forget, you should forget, because calories, it's important.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you take in more calories than you burn, guess what? You're gonna gain weight. And if you eat less calories than you burn, guess what? You're gonna lose weight 100%. So calories are important, but I don't want that to be the focus. I want them to focus on basic stuff, very basic stuff. So look at your plate. What's on your plate? Anything on that plate that is high calorie, cut it in half.
That's easy. That's really
Anything
easy.
on your plate that's low calorie, your vegetables, your salads, anything low calorie, increase by 1/2. Instant. If you're drinking juice, cut it half juice, half water. And a lot of patients will say, oh, to water down. Guess what? We've trained our taste buds to like salt and sugar. 100%. If you start drinking a mix of water and juice, yes, it'll taste watered down initially. But talk to me in a month or two. Boy, I can't drink regular juice anymore. It's too sweet. Real. We can untrain and retrain our taste buds.
And that's
really
so critical that you said. It's about, to be honest, hasn't been my friend. But some situations have arisen where I have to might increase my intake of water. But you're right. After drinking so much and drinking more on a regular basis, it's not that.
It's not that bad.
Exactly, put it that way.
Go.
I won't say it's my favorite drink in terms of my favorite drink is tea, but but it's not that bad. Put it that way. Yeah. But I think especially for people of color, going back there in terms of the way we cook our food. It's one piece. The way we cook our food and what we cook is a big challenge.
I always say, and this is what I say, I'm like, our food tastes so good. I mean, we love salt, butter, come on, all the good, the good stuff, that tastes so good. But, if we eat it on a regular basis, it's killing us. It really is. And then you have, if you talking about African Americans, especially females, I mean, we don't exercise as much as we should. There's a lot of, put it this way, anxiety and stuff like that. That makes you eat more. You eat, there can be a certain amount of depression associated with it. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming depression like you need medication, but just things that, food is an enjoyable action, eating. I mean, everything's centered around food. If you have somebody over the house, first thing they say is, what are we going to eat?
Exactly.
If you're going out to dinner, which restaurant are we going to? It's an important factor in our lives. So what you're asking people to do is to change something that they really enjoy, something that they use even as a pacifier.
Exactly.
And you're telling them to get rid of it. Not particularly get rid of it, but to change it. And so changing it is difficult. So you have to make it something that they can change and integrate into their lifestyle, that they don't, as I'll come back to it, don't feel punished.
Exactly. Wow. So I'm just curious, how did you, this took a lot of thinking. How did you kind of
pull it all together? It was years. I had a lot of failures. It took a long time for me over the years because initially as a young doctor, you want everybody to stop smoking, you want everybody to lose weight, and you can, it's just like smoking. You can talk to your blue in the face until they commit.
Right.
It's not going to happen. That's why in my book, I break it down to 3 categories, 3 type of weight loss, sex or people, or however we want to put it. Number 1 is a preserver. Now this person is a preserver. This person's interesting. They have every excuse in the world why they can't lose weight. Oh, no, I can't eat that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no. You want me to give up that? Oh, no. They have every excuse. So they will commit to it and then come back and they haven't lost a pound.
I might crack game.
Yeah, right. True. So there was, a good example. There is a young lady at the hospital about 8 months ago. She caught me because I was talking to somebody that I was, finishing up the book and stuff, and she caught me in the hall. She said, Dr. Bey, I've been trying to lose weight, and I do everything right, and I can't lose weight. And I'm like, oh boy. She's like, I don't eat much. She gave me all the whole list, and it sounded like she was really doing everything right. She wasn't eating much. She had cut her carbs. She wasn't drinking sodas. I mean, the things that you would click off. I said, well, what do you like to, and I went through, just took a moment and went through everything. She said, well, I said, what do you like? What's your path? Well, they're doing the house. I said, oh, I see you got a cup of coffee. What do you say? Oh, I love my coffee. Can't do without it.
Okay.
Right. How do you like to fix your coffee? Oh, well, I'm sorry, I got a sweet tooth. I got to put 5 packs of sugar in each coffee. How many cups do you drink a day? I told you I love it. I have 6 cups of coffee a day. I said, okay. Do me a favor. Drop it down to 1 pack of sugar a day. Have your 6 cups of coffee a day. Let me talk to you in 2 weeks. She comes back, Dr. Bey, I'm losing weight again? I said, all right, do me another favor. When we were talking, you didn't say anything about exercise. I want you to I don't want you to try to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything like that. I just want you to walk each morning. She's continuing to lose weight.
Wow.
Just with that. Now, see, you understand, she was going through all of this process of doing everything, but the one thing, just that one thing, that's why weight loss is an individual process. It really is individual because we all have different likes, we all have different dislikes. We have to look at what we eat, whether it's nutritional value is there, whether the portions and choices are appropriate. It's very important for us to evaluate what we eat and how we eat it and stuff like that. Number two is, I know I'm taking a long way around.
No, but that's cool. Go ahead.
There is the plotter. Now, this person is the type of person that comes to me and he's sitting there and every fad diet he's been on. I mean, oh, doc, I lost 20 pounds with this diet. We won't mention any. Or this diet, I lost 20 pounds. And I said, well, what happened afterwards? Well, man, I gained the weight back. And what happened with this? I gained the weight back. I'm like, so basically you lost 20 pounds and you gained 30 back. Then you lost 30 pounds and you gained 40 back. Then you lost 40 pounds and you gained 50 back. So now, 3 or 4 years down the road, boy, you're 120 pounds heavier than when you started. Wow, that's interesting. They're methodical. They lose that weight. They want to lose it quickly. Every fad diet they're on. And I'm like, but you can't do this. You can't live like this because you're not achieving your goal. The pro. And the pro is a person that they go at it the correct way. Number one, they assess themselves. Number one, they commit. They commit and understand that it's going to be a lifestyle change. Because just like someone who has diabetes, they test their blood sugar every morning. And they have to keep that under control. Well, the same thing. If you have a slow metabolic rate, then guess what? This guy over here can eat 3 meals a day and stay thin. You eat 1 meal a day, exercise, jump up and down, all they're doing everything right, and gain weight. All those little fat cells that are there just waiting for those extra calories, extra glucose count and all that, they just gobble them all. We be popping like a ballpark Frank, and we're still trying everything. So your metabolic rate is set. We are who we are. If your metabolic rate is what it is and you can't metabolize all of those calories, then you have to say, wow, I have to step back. I have to reevaluate myself. And that's the pro. These people, they actually integrate a meal plan or a daily meal plan into their lifestyle that they can tolerate, number one, that they don't feel punished, number two, that they can commit to and stay with and live with it. And after a while, guess what? They are so much healthier. They're doing things. They're able to play with their kids. And living longer and living healthier. That's so important, very much important. So that's what it's all about. It's about taking that, looking at it, looking at what we eat, and saying, I can do this. But we have to bring something and present something to people that they can truly connect to, truly say, I can do that, I can maintain that. I'm not feeling punished. I can go out with my friends and because the book goes through all of this, how to go out with your friends, how to go out to dinner, take one piece of bread and put the bread on the other side of the table. I mean, be real with yourself. If you like dessert, then fine. Desserts are fine at night. You like a bowl of ice cream every night, that's cool. Okay, cut it in half. Then, if it really gets to a point, well, cut it in half and then eat it every other night. It's simple. You're still enjoying what you like. It's just portions and choices.
And I think that is so important what you're saying. I think a lot of people, as you said, people socialize around food. Food is just a big part of our culture, Yes. You lose weight and what do you celebrate? Go out to eat.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I think the key piece is, that people sometimes, and I'm talking for myself, let's just stop talking about people, talk about me, feel deprived, I think, at times, because joining some of these weight loss programs, it's like a cookie cutter approach. It's like one size fit all. And you're right. What I like what you said is that each of us, we're individuals. So we have to look at ourselves and actually create a program or a regime that would actually fit in our lifestyle.
That's true.
And one that one is that will fit into our lifestyle that we can commit to. I think those are the two key things that I heard.
Yeah. Committing is big. It's huge. And having choices that are easy to accept is very, very important. And once you get this, you'd be surprised how easy it is to gravitate. Gravitate to my secretary, of course. You know, I'm going to try that diet. I'm going to try it. You sure that works? I'm going to try that diet. You know, she's telling me, secretaries are like moms. You know what I mean? Always chastising you. But the thing of it is that she's like, she came back and I said, so what are you going to cut out? She's like, well, I do this already. I do this. I said, so what are you going to cut out? She's like, okay, I'll have to give up my soda. She rolls her eyes. Simple. Come back a couple weeks later, I lost 10 pounds. Her daughter, so far, she didn't know anything about it, and she's in another state, and then I told her about it. She's lost 21 pounds already.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was just over like 3 months. So it's like, these
so
type of things, it really works. Because look at what I'm saying. If you cut everything in half, that is high calorie, and you increase everything that's low calorie, you've cut your calories in half over a 24-hour period, just like that.
That's true.
And then you add some activity into it. And activity is very, very important. You have to have some activity each day. I always say 30 minutes of walking at least 4 to 5 times a week, if possible. And most of us can walk, but if you like, physical activity, and that's fine. Go for it, But there are a lot of us who are overweight or obese. We just can't do that, but we can walk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Get out and walk. Get a group together. Get some friends together. Walk in the park. Do whatever you can do. Do it. Don't be a couch potato.
I think one of the key things also, talking about lifestyle change, is that, say, sometimes we may not have the time to walk formally, like go to the park, but also one of the things I'm learning is that increasing your steps in your daily life activities. So in terms of parking farther from the building, it's still walking.
It works.
It's just not a formal going out to walk.
Right. You know what I tell people? I say, listen, we all like to dance, right? I don't know anybody that doesn't like to dance. Well, even though you may not want to see them dance, but they like to dance, okay? Right. So I said, listen, put your favorite music on in the morning. Get in front of the mirror and go for a dance. Dance for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you want to do. Turn the music up and dance. That is your exercise for the day. You don't have to, buy all these videos and all this kind of stuff to exercise. No. Get up, put the music on, and dance.
Right. You're moving.
You're moving. Move the body. That's what it's all about. It really is just that simple.
This is so really, really enlightening. One of the things that you talked about, or when we spoke, was the 14 weight loss steps.
Yeah.
Do you want to kind of give us an idea what that's about?
I'll give you some of them. And I talked about some of them already. Number one is commit. That's the first thing. If you don't commit to what we're talking about, we're not, you're not going anywhere with this. Number two is that to cut your high calorie foods in half, all right, on your plate, just cut them in half. Number three, increase all your low calorie foods, all righty. Things like, as I talk about, juices, we'll cut in half. If my preferred fluid is water, of course. But if you must drink juice, cut it in half. 1/2 water, 1/2 juice. Sodas, if you can possibly cut them out. Because I tell you, people that drink soda on a regular basis, if they stop drinking the soda, they lose weight.
Wow.
They really do. Soda is one of those high calorie beverages. Also, activity. Activity is a major issue. You have to be able to, get up and walk and move and groove. And just think about just basic stuff. Just the average everyday things that you can do to be healthier. More vegetables, get the nutrients, your snacks. Oh boy, snacks. If you could just cut back on your snacks. Look at the box. You wanna have some cookies? Okay, there's a portion on that box. It's not there by accident. It's there because it's important. Look at the portion, have a portion only. And people are like, oh boy, you mean I can only have 3 cookies? Yes, you can only have 3 cookies. And then it gets to a point where maybe you'll do it every other night. You know what I mean? But that's important. Snacks are another thing about snacks. Fruit is the greatest snack. An apple is the greatest fruit. It has roughage. It has vitamins. It has nutrients. It fills you up. It tastes good.
Wow.
Apple is the greatest snack in the world, and it's very, very few calories. It's the greatest one. And, so think about fruits instead of, a candy bar or something like that, And also at home, there's things that you can do. Take celery sticks and put them in the refrigerator and put them in a little plastic bag. So when you have a snack attack, you're like, no, I'm not going to go for that cookie. I'm going to get some celery. Or I'm going to go walk, or I can have some carrots in there, or I have my apples, or I have, some orange slices or something like that. Something that's going to give your body some nutritional value, not empty calories that, I shouldn't say. I'll call them empty calories. I had another name.
Well, we're television, right? But I think the next question is in frequency in terms of how we eat. Is that an issue?
I think that if you eat 3 meals a day, I don't believe in skipping meals.
Okay, that's
because if you skip meals, then the next meal, the possibility that you're going to overeat the next meal is definitely there. There are some patients with diabetes and stuff like that. They eat more frequent, smaller meals. And I think that you should have protein with each meal.
Okay.
Protein, it's interesting, but sugars are metabolized like that, and then you feel full. You feel empty really quick. You eat a candy bar or whatever, and you just feel empty. And obviously you're eating again. Protein metabolizes slower. It's absorbed slower. It's metabolized slower. It makes you feel full longer. So in the morning, with your breakfast, you should have, maybe you should have some egg whites along with your whatever else you have. Well, maybe a little half a bagel or whatever with something. At lunch, have a sandwich and try to decrease, cut the bread in half, but some type of meat, some turkey, chicken, or whatever like that. And at dinner, always have, a meat. Lean meats are best, of course. And usually you want to have about 7 ounces throughout the day. So, and an appropriate size for the plate would be like the palm of your hand.
That's for the protein, for the meat.
Like for supper, you would have something about the size of the palm of your hand. And always say, broiled, baked, never fried.
Right.
Never fried.
We love the fry.
Oh, we love the fry. Don't we love the fry? So if you're going to have fried chicken, if you have fried chicken, what? If I have fried chicken 3 times a week now, then I only have it once a week. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't do it, but
just minimize. Right.
Cut it in half.
Right. I love that.
So if you want to lose weight, just cut it in half.
Okay. I'm going to try that. I'm going to hold you to that one.
Yep, just cut it in half.
In terms of, I had a thought. I'll come back to that because it's gone.
All right.
So what are signs of depression when a person is trying to lose weight?
Okay, depression, yeah. I truly feel that depression and being overweight kind of go hand in hand. Some level of depression, and I'm not saying depression that you need medication for or anything, but just feeling sad, not sleeping well, irritable, not focusing well, not doing things that you usually do, maybe going out with friends you don't want to go out or stuff like that. But it's it really is connected. It really is. So I truly think in order for someone who has who's done the work of losing weight initially, what they need is a support system. Just like anyone else, you need a support system. So pull people around you that support you with losing the weight, number one, that will be positive about it, you know what I mean, that will encourage you, or get a group and all you guys do it together. It's all about, having people around you that are like-minded.
That's important that you just brought up, because I'm just thinking of like a family. Say one person in that family wants to lose weight. Say the mom is the person who want to lose weight and decide that she wants to, she's going to change her habits. But again, she has 4 other people, depends on the size of your family, that's dependent on your own, you're preparing the meals and all of that. So sometimes, and people, other people in your family, like for example, my son he is lean, he could eat the whole house and he is still a lean person. But I'm just thinking, and this is not my situation, but I'm just thinking, because I've heard this, that people have said that they have tried to lose weight, but other people in their home, in a sense, sabotage it because they're bringing all this ice cream, they're bringing all these things, and
it's very difficult to resist. Yeah, that's a problem, and that is one of the reasons that I developed the online network.
Okay.
All right, and along with the book, I went to NJIT. I love NJIT.
You love NJIT.
They have some really smart people there, and there are several buildings there for startup corporations. So there's a corporation there that put together an online network for me, and basically what the online network does, it communicates to everyone who's losing weight. So once the book comes out, that will roll out as well, just for support.
That's so critical.
All right, so inspirational messages. Feel good about yourself. Because you may have a lot of people standing behind you saying you can't do it, or why are you doing this, or blah, blah, blah. No, you need some positive focus each morning to get up and see something positive and say, I can do this.
Right.
You know, it'll have meal plans for it. It'll have recipes for you. It'll have things that'll encourage you to keep going. Keep moving.
That.
You know what I mean? We'll do Facebook and then it'll have a blog on it, and then I'll be doing inspirational and giving recommendations, and we have a nutritionist and a dietitian doing all of their stuff on there. It's going to be a great support tool, and also it does all the other things. It tracks your calories, and all of that kind of stuff that all the other calorie trackers. One thing about a lot of the calorie trackers, though, they track your calories, but they don't break down whether the calories were healthy calories.
Right.
That's the problem. So what we try to do is we try to emphasize that you're doing it right. 3 candy bars is going to,
Right.
You know, it's going to let you know gently that wasn't the way to go. But, you know, you try to take in healthy calories.
Right.
Because we are truly what we eat.
Right.
If you think about it, we're nothing but 1 billion cells. And all those cells need nutrients.
Right.
So if you're feeding it unhealthy nutrients, guess what? You're going to have an unhealthy body.
And that's thank you for just closing in that, because I mean, time goes by when you're
Oh, my
having
goodness.
fun. See so fast that went?
That went
you
fast.
know? And, but this was so enlightening. And where can people find your book and hear more about what you're doing?
Okay, the book will be released soon.
Okay.
All right, we're right at that edge, so hopefully in a week or two it will be in Amazon, please. And I'm loving it. The network, all you have to do is go to obeyyourdoctor.com or Facebook, Obey Your Doctor, and I'm on Instagram as well. I do so much educational, about health and about weight loss. My Instagram, I post all my salads. I'm a salad guru,
wow.
You know what I mean? So all my salads and
that.
stuff are on Instagram and on Facebook, and I try to give the ingredients and stuff like that, and just inspirational literature. Go ahead.
And your website?
Oh, the website is obeyyourdoctor.com.
Okay, and I must say that if you go on Dr. Bey's website, there are a number of different shows, television shows with various doctors talking about various diseases and how we can actually take care of, if we can't even prevent, how we can actually take care of ourselves. So again, this has been a wonderful show, and I just want to thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
To my guests, to my guests as well as to my viewers, think positively. Thank you.